Hello, and welcome to an episode of Todd Talks. Todd Talks people listen. Oh, God! Hopefully. Uh, oh, you like that? Yeah, this is my redneck splint. I hurt my hand the other day, and it's still pretty stiff. But anyway, but my hand injury does not affect my eyes and my ears, I think. Yeah. So I was able to watch the epic death battle between Ryu from Street Fighter and Jin from Tekken. And let's get it out of the way. Yes, I picked incorrectly. I, along with a lot of people on my feed and on the ScrewTech forums, thought that Jin had this down pat, but he clearly didn't. And yeah, that means you two not two, or so we're both got 2 losses this season. We're still a tie. Uh, but yeah, Jin lost. Ryu totally won, and I would argue one of, if not the greatest. Okay, honestly, I don't think it's the greatest, but it's close. 3D death battle of history. I'm honestly a little bit conflicted because personally, Ryu's Scorpion was such a great death battle. I mean, that was in 2D animation too, and that was just such a great death battle with a fake out ending and all that. So I'm not sure if I could personally put that above it. I definitely think it's a tie though. So Ryu fights, it's a tie. But anytime you have these guys, it seems like anytime you have Ryu in a death battle, like the animation is just awesome. So yeah, but it was a really great death battle. Torian and the other animators and the Rooster Teeth team who helped in on this, totally awesome job. Props to all of you. That was visually one of the coolest death battles ever. Um, Easily in my top 10 now for both 3D and all death battles, so I'm definitely going to have to readjust my list. But yeah, it was so epic. I mean, first of all, the models were crisp. They felt like they belonged together, which is something they always strive for here in death battle. The effects were well done. The music, dear gosh in heaven, I have never had a downloaded death battle song before, but I'm totally going to have to now. Because "Fight Like a Devil" which is the title of the track, was just totally awesome. And if I ever become a professional wrestler, that's gonna be my entrance thing because it's that boss. But anyway, the music, the visuals, the effects, the transformation sequences, especially Ryu's transformation sequences, they were just so epic. It made this fight something truly epic to behold. Um, and for those of you who noticed, that second area, like where they crashed into the ground and then they went through that other area, that was the Temple of the Spring Maiden from Ruby, which has got everyone on the forums thinking, oh my gosh, are they bringing Ruby back, to Death Battle? And, they've been teasing Ruby herself, Ruby Rose, coming into Death Battle, so maybe it's her time. I definitely don't think they'll do Yang again. Like, there's some people say, oh, they might bring Yang back because Yang was in the temple. Like, no, I don't think they will. But again, we'll have to see. There's a lot of possibilities, and again, I know they got to use that stage because Rooster Teeth helped on this battle, so maybe they just thought, hey, let's throw in a Ruby stage. Let's see if people notice. So, here's hoping. Redneck Splint. Now, I've seen a lot of people on the forums talk about how they're disappointed with Ryu winning because they scaled to Akuma. And I'll admit, well, I didn't think of doing that because I felt I knew enough about Ryu. I honestly felt I had to learn more about Jin, and reading up on Jin made it seem obvious that Jin would win. Again, I was wrong, but still, um, I don't think their logic was flawed. A lot of people are complaining about the island feat and everything, and that I don't see a problem with that. Other people point out that the game that it happened in was Street Fighter 2 Alpha in Ryu's storyline, and that's canon apparently. And you know, Death Battle preaches the idea that they have to stay in canon, because if they take a thing that's off track, like a one-time weird comic, weird manga, or whatever, and yet it can't prove it in other things, it's discounted. A great example of this is Bane versus Venom. There was a time in the Injustice comic when Bane went toe-to-toe with Doomsday and was holding his own against Doomsday. Bane has never been that strong. And so they saw that, but they couldn't, see that again, and so they discounted it because it technically wasn't a true representation of the character. Akuma has proven, multiple times that he can do just about anything he freaking wants. except Ryu. Hi-yo! So yeah, and like people say, oh, the Island Thief wasn't canon, and yet you guys completely missed the fact that he destroyed a meteor, and they admitted that in the at the end of the video. So why isn't anyone complaining about that? And then there's stuff about the manga not being accurate. And like, it's the manga. It's like literally one of the official mangas. You know, the manga, just like in Goku versus Superman, they said the original writings hold precedence. And you know, the Street Fighter. I trust the Street Fighter manga to be canon. So again, I know there's always this issue about like what Death Battle defines as canon and all that, but they really know what they're doing. They've been doing this for now 95 episodes. 95. This is number 95. So give them a break. I mean, come on. They know what they're doing. This isn't like season 1 where they were, you know, hurrying to throw episodes together in less than 2 weeks, which I still can't believe they did, but whatever. So, you know, they know what they're doing. It made sense. You know, Jin comparing to Kazuya was a brilliant, and then or Kazuma, and then, you know, scaling Ryu to Akuma was, you know, perfectly logical. And if I had thought of doing that, I might have changed my pick. I can't say that for certain because I might not have remembered the island feat. I wouldn't have been able to gauge that, and I thought that you know, his speed and certain like his telekinesis, which they talked about how he never really used that in battle. You know, that makes sense. It just didn't. It just wasn't enough. And you know, Jin was a good opponent. And if this was like, you know, non, you know, superpower things, I think this would have been, you know, an even cooler fight. But you know, they have to do it because that's who the characters are. So you know, I was wrong, and I'm willing to accept that. And their explanation was very logical. Ryu just was tougher. He had the better forms, and he wouldn't lose control and the power of the power of nothingness. So yeah. Go Ryu. Hey, I'm happy Street Fighter won. Street Fighter had like, I find it so ironic because like the last 5 Street Fighter fights, I've picked Street Fighter characters every time except for Ryu. I picked Balrog. I picked Cammy. Who's the other one? Okay, I guess that was all I picked because I was the only ones in my time. But you know, like when I watched the previous Death Battles, I was like, okay, I'm hoping for, you know, Bison, you know, and all them, and no, it just never happened. So. Oh well, but hey, the one time I didn't pick a Street Fighter character, I was wrong. But hey, so yeah, Ryu broke the losing streak of Street Fighter characters, and which is pretty awesome. And you know, again, great fight. It's definitely a highlight of season 5 so far, and we still got the 100th episode, which you know is going to blow everyone away. Speaking of being blown away, next episode we have Afro Samurai versus Samurai Jack. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I'm just going to spoil this right now. I do not give a freaking fart who or how powerful Afro Samurai is. I am representing my childhood and the greatness of Phil Lamar, who's the voice actor behind Jack, and I'm picking Samurai Jack. So I'm just spoiling this right now. So if you don't want to watch for next video, I totally understand, but I will still do the video, but I'm telling you, no, I'm picking Samurai Jack because Samurai Jack is awesome. And also, if you haven't heard, this will not be a 3D fight. This will not be a 2D sprite fight. This is most likely going to be a hand-drawn animation, just like Smokey versus McGruff was. And they are going to reveal this. Hopefully, they said they're going to reveal this on the next episode of the Death Battle Cast, so stay tuned for that. So with that, I'm ending this episode of Todd Talk. What did you think of the Death Battle of Ryu and Jin? What do you expect to see from Afro Samurai versus Samurai Jack? Let me know in the comments below. So, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I know you were listening. And I will see you around.